Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Garalith is saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back in Azanulbizar and we're technically ready to move on to the northwest portion of the map. But actually, due to a bug, we missed a couple quests on the previous episode. So, as annoying as that is, we'll need to go back to where we were. Hopefully the quest will pop up now. The bug is supposed to be fixed now. You saw it was affecting some auto-bestow deeds, some auto-bestow quests. I didn't realize on the last episode, otherwise I would have mentioned that, but it did affect us as well. It is supposed to be fixed now, once again. So let us go back into Tarkutos and let us hope this is gonna be it. I really don't want to go back to that camp again, but it seems we have little choice. Well, now that we are here, might as well take the time to snap a picture of some of the kinks that we have in here. Last time we were in here, we couldn't take a lot of pictures of some of them. And Luca and Mechem as well, our friendly companions, our friends, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be good for now. Anyway, we gotta go back to Tarkutos for the third time. And hopefully the last one. This is the arenas of life. I mean, we said, well, I said a lot of times I didn't like this place too much, and I would have preferred coming here the least amount of times possible, and now it seems we gotta come back yet again. Yeah, here they are. Goblins riding fierce wargs pose a threat to the Haban'akkâ, especially in the mountains where footing is treacherous. Defeating warg riders in Tarkutos will help the dwarves at Azanulbizar. Food is a valuable resource this high up in the mountains. The orcs in Tarkutos keep their foul provisions stocked in containers scattered around the camp. Destroying them would force the orcs to use resources to secure more food. Yeah. I think I mentioned that, but last time we were here, this camp seemed a little bit too empty for my taste. In terms of quests, because, well, it's packed with enemies and they hit like a truck, and that's why I didn't want to come back here. And now it... Oh, come on. I'm getting wrecked again. This is what I don't like coming here, and here we are. Anyway. We did fight a lot of warg riders on the last episode. It's a shame the quest bugged. We would have completed them no problem. And now, here I am, trying not to die to the sappers. I mean, I'll need to take things a little bit more slowly than I usually do. We discussed that as well last time we were here in the camp. I mean, at least we don't need to do that much. We just need to defeat 5 goblin riders, and we gotta get 6 provisions. So this technically shouldn't take long, and I did take the time to double check on the wiki all the quests of Azanulbizar and make sure that these were the only 2 quests we missed. And as far as I can tell, we only missed these 2, which is really weird because here at this camp of Durshul, you would remember we got an auto-bestow quest on that camp, but we didn't get the auto-bestow quests on this camp. So the auto-bestowed quests have been working funny for the last few weeks. Working for some people, not working for others. Working for some characters, not working for others. And now we have the last turn of events on that regard. Working on some quests and not on others. But well, at least we only need to come back to one of the camps we visited instead of both camps. That would have felt like such a waste of time. For all intents and purposes, yeah, this only took 5 minutes. For all intents and purposes, this was done on the last episode. You know, I'm not a big fan of retcons. I avoid them as much as I can, but on situations such as these, what else can we do? Ah, come on. I mean, here we have all the provisions, as you can see. In the coming days, the orcs will have to divert their resources to gathering more provisions. Alright, here we have one. Now, we only need to find 2 more wargs. Come on. Work riders. I mean, there were so many of them last time, and now where did they go? I mean, the camp is not that big, all things considered, so where are they? We are already here, might as well go back into the tower just to be safe. I'm pretty sure we didn't miss anything in this tower. But now we cannot be sure, and at least there is another work rider in here. So in that regard, at least we're not wasting our time. I really don't want to go back there. I mean, once again, I did check the wiki and I did check the quest list, compared it to what I had, and I couldn't find anything else. Grab carcass. Yeah. Seems like it, but that way we might give the time needed for the work riders to respawn. We just need one more of those guys. And then, hopefully, we can at long last move on to the next portion of the map. I know I've been basically complaining ever since I started the episode, but this is so unnecessary. This bug really set us back. Maybe not a lot, but still enough to be really annoying. Let's see if we can avoid some of these fights, but I doubt it. Not with all these sappers. Well, but we're not doing so bad now. Are we done? Thank you. So what do we have here? Your efforts have lessened the amount of work riders in Tarkutos, and for that the dwarves of Ashmargathal are grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful too to finally be able to leave the camp. I even took the time to double check if we would be sent back here at some point, so that didn't need to backtrack on today's episode, but as far as I can tell, you only come to Ashmargathal for all the quests we did on the last episode and these 2 quests that we had just missed. Seems so unnecessary, but the last of me complaining, I promise. We're back on track now, I hope. So let us continue. We can dismount and we can move on. So we need to collect work pelts, wood, some items, well, and we also need to move on to the next camp that we're gonna help the dwarves claim. However, before we move on, because once again, I'm not sure if we'll get the time of coming back to this vicinity in the future. I really want to see if we can find one of the enemies for the trophy hunter. Oh yeah, there it is. Awesome. Ragnar's Rodsting. You're the guy I've been looking for. Well, the only thing we were missing before moving on to the northwest . There we go. So we got his bow. All right. First of all, let me get the shard. And let us get the quest now. After encountering the hated orc archer Vagnar's Rodsting, you have claimed a trophy that may be of value to the Haban'akkâ of Thráin. As you inspect Vagnar's Rodsting's bow, you make note of 32 notches carved into it. It seems to mark a count of the dwarves who fell to his poisoned arrows at Azanulbizar. You resolve that Vagnar's grim tally will never be known to the Orcs of Moria, and that those he slew will be honored among Durin's folk. You decide to bring this trophy to Elgur, a skilled taxidermist of the Landorrim, that it might be preserved once the war is ended. That was basically it. So, I'm so glad that he was finally on a location easy to find, easy for us to access. I think I'm gonna take the risk and not turn in the quest now, even though we might need the backspace later. But I'm gonna take my chances, and I'd rather we moved on. Now, here is a war camp. This is one of the war camps that we need to attack as well, but as far as I can remember, the only way to access this war camp is from the south, and we're not going quite there yet. Technically not. So I guess for the time being, we're gonna skip that. We're gonna move on to Zirakazhâr. But first, well, let me also refresh my memory. What else do we need to do? Well, that is for the works. We're heading there. That's more works that we need to fight. Cut wood. Okay, the fire lit. Pitching in. Recovering from the fallen. supplies for the war effort. Ah, yeah, that's the work pelts that we need to. Okay. Recovering from the fallen, that's what I thought, and keeping the virus lit. Yeah. Yeah, for the time being, I think we are better off going to Zirakazhâr, helping the dwarves there. Might even be a really short endeavor. We might be able to do that on today's episode even. And as soon as we finish helping the dwarves, securing those two footholds, the dwarven army will be ready to press on towards the gates of Khazad-dûm and Azog. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me get into Zirakazhâr, grab the quests in there, but there is another trophy that is really close by. The dwarves of the Landorrim, Narfanghoth and Temámir have taken Zirakazhâr. King Thráin of the Temámir, okay.
How might I be of service?
You were out the council, yes? I saw you among the Iron Folk. Why have you come to Zirakazhâr? You introduced yourself to King Thráin and explained that you have come to aid the dwarves of the Haban'akkâ. King Thráin raises a single eyebrow appraisingly. Is that so? You must forgive me, but that may have been more helpful while any other of my father's line still drew breath. I do not begrudge you your king's misjudgments, but the Temámir have learned to be wary. My scouts have discovered crude war drums of the Orcs' encampment on Zirakzigil. Silence that drums and perhaps the trolls might tire of hurling stones into the dale. If not, Drogar and her Narfanghoth know what is to be done. Allow me to grab a picture of you, Dwarven King. You look a lot like Idris Elba, don't get me wrong. Especially Idris Elba on Ragnarok. Is that yellow eyes that you have? Because when Idris Elba played... oh my god, I forgot the name. The Guardian of the Bridge. Oh my god, I forgot my Norse mythology. But when Idris Elba played that guy... He had yellow contacts. Well, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sure it's gonna get back to me eventually.
Fire in my heart burns bright.
What tidings do you bring from Amdan, Iron Folk? You introduce yourself to King Drogar and tell her that you have come to aid the Haban'akkâ at Zirakazhâr. Awesome. So, it's a female dwarf, but still has the title of king. That's so interesting. Ha! I am sure I can find some use for you. We have made slow but steady inroads against our foes on the mountain, in no small part due to King Thráin's guidance. For one who is so young and who has lost so much, she has led her house admirably. Far more admirably than some of the kings on Bundu Shathur, I would dare to say. The greatest danger facing the Haban'akkâ are those trolls out of Moria. If they were slain, the Orcs' encampment would prove little more than a poorly placed campsite so high up on Zirakzigil. Alright, and Thráin it's a female dwarf too. Okay. I had forgotten about that. These two female dwarves. What about you, Sargo? Have you seen Elskur? He was asking after you. Did he find you? No? Perhaps you could go and see what he's about? He was due back some time ago.
Some of our brethren have not returned from scouting.
One group was investigating orc camps, while the other was looking into the works. I fear for their safety, Hermáth. Please look for them and bring them back if they still yet live. Alright, Stable Master. And here we have the King of the Landorrim, but no, it's... okay, it's on that camp, on that tent.
Will break beneath our blows.
Hail! King kneaded while great too warmly, but appears distracted. I am not used to such subtle tactics, Longbeard. I expected Drogar to be more alike in mind to me and the Landorrim, but she and Thráin plot a more careful climb up Zirakzigil. As long as I might take a few trophy bones of my own, I will command the Landorrim to aid them as best we can. I tire of sitting behind these walls, Longbeard. You and your Iron folks surely know this pain. It is not our way, and the battle calls to us. Scout Rung-shakam. which is the camp to the north. That's where we're headed anyway. I mean, it seems we have barely anything else to do in here. But I think we'd better get started with the troll slaying. Troll slayer of Azanulbizar, yeah. We need to defeat 60 of them, which doesn't seem so difficult, so bad initially, but we'll see. Now, let me double check something here. No, what are you doing? Yeah, please. Okay, well. Really nice spot to grab a picture of Zirakazhâr. But yeah, this is what I was trying to take a look at. Actually. Yeah, we need to climb the slope. Follow the path, but there will come a point in which you can leave the path. And in doing so, you would at least find another of the trophy quests. And possibly even more things, but I'm not 100% sure in that. Now let's see if we can get a... No! Don't fall! Don't fall! No! I was just trying to grab a picture of Zirakazhâr. I'm not gonna try that again. As a matter of fact, I have the baby sleeping on the other room. I don't want to wake him up. I mean, I guess I can come back later and snap that picture. Now, it's gotta be somewhere around here. But I think it's, yeah, it's through here. Actually gonna explore this little forest of sorts. With any luck, we'll be able to find the guy we're looking for roaming around. I mean, these guys are usually huge and really easy to spot, so we shouldn't have many issues finding him if he's around. I really hope he is. By all accounts, should be one of these locations. Maybe somebody else got him. Because this should be the place. Ah, I keep running into these wolves. We can technically use a tome of tracking, but I'm not that desperate. And I'd much rather save those tomes for when they are truly needed. Most likely, he has already been defeated. Because this is the spot. This is the place. What a shame. And once again, I don't remember how long is the cooldown timer for these guys to respawn. But this might give us a setback. 30 minutes to 1 hour according to the wiki. Alright. Heimdall! Yeah, that was the name of Idris Elba's character, Heimdall. So, when he played Heimdall on the Thor movies, he had yellow contacts. You see, I told you he would come back at some point. But no, it seems we're out of luck. Man. What a shame. You might need to come back here later, I guess. It's just 30 minutes to an hour. So even then... shouldn't be too much. So maybe, if we are quick with today's episode, we can come back and double check for him on our way back. Ah, treasure cache. You see, I told you. Something else had got to be in here. I mean, once again, the rewards are not all that great. But at least they are not that hard to find if you know where to look. But well, we're out of luck on that regard, so let us continue our path to the enemy camp. I don't know, maybe we can try and avoid some of these trolls just for time's sake. I mean, it can't be avoided. We gotta fight some of them at least. But maybe not all of them. Driven by orc drummers, trolls of Moria lay siege upon the day below from Rung-shakam. So here's where we'll find, well, the drums and the scouts. Well, there's a lot of things to do in here, but we'll see. Okay. Seems we're on the right track. Once again, the auto-bestow quests is supposed to be fixed, but I still don't want to take any chances. Unspeakable horrors! Horrors! So what else are we picking up here? Some trophy bones. Treasure cache. Up there. Awesome. Yeah, this also seems to be another really short, small camp. Another chest, another scout. More unspeakable horrors, I'm sure you have seen. we gotta collect some of these poisoned arrows. Now the camp seems to be bigger than I initially thought. Yeah. Yeah, this seems to be the main attraction. Lots of things to do in here. I also have a vague memory of my time in this place when Azanulbizar was initially released. From what I remember, it was a hard time getting the trolls because everyone was fighting the trolls. There are not as many of them, all things considered, and they take a while to respawn. But once again, this time around, we're all alone. We shouldn't have any issues. I'm just trying to remember if there was anything else to do here in this camp. But it seems not. Let me double check in here because... Oh, buried promises. Oh no, we gotta go back. Oh my god, it seems then I did this wrong. We should have come back to this side of the map first. You saw the Buried Promise quest is now sending us to where we just were. No, why? No. You stop there. Okay, at least we have all the drums now. Just gotta collect more arrows, defeat more trolls. Looking good. Rescue the scouts, but I don't see any more scouts that need rescuing. So I'm kinda lost on that one. Okay, there's another arrow in here. Just gotta defeat one more troll so we can pick whichever, I guess. Okay. Ah, the scouts are also at the war camp that we cannot visit yet. Thunder and Zirakzigil. Raise the banner of the Haban'akkâ. Oh my god, I was about to leave this place without the banner. Thank god. We raise the banner of the Haban'akkâ of Thráin in defiance of Azog. And this one, at least, we can take a good picture of, relatively good picture. Sky's a little bit cloudy, but other than that, looks good. Although the battle on Zirakzigil is not yet ended, your efforts have done much to aid the dwarves of the Landorrim, Narfanghoth and Temámir. Completed Thunder and Zirakzigil. Tales of Azanulbizar advanced. Now we have Tales of Azanulbizar final. What else do we got here? Well, this is the new deed. We gotta complete 20 more quests. That's simple enough. On this one, 5 LOTRO points, 20 currency, some virtue XP. You see fidelity is now level 50. That's good. 5 LOTRO points. Talk to the Iron Folk Messenger at Zirakazhâr. But in order to advance the main quest in Azanulbizar, you gotta go back to Zirakazhâr. So I really don't... I have no idea then what we're supposed to be... What were we supposed to be doing first? The Buried Promises quest is sending us back to where we were initially. So that makes it seem like we should have come here first, but now the main quest will advance back at Zirakazhâr, so we should have left that for last, it seems. Anyway, you look at it, you gotta go back to one of the locations. Ah, wait. No, because there's also a messenger at Ashmargathal. No! No! What I... Oh! Goddamn trolls! I was about to check the spot of the Trophy Hunter quest. You threw me off a cliff. You're making me angry. You don't want to make me angry. You stop it. Stop with your goddamn silences. Stop it. Stop with everything. Don't make me get my heavy worsted out just to knock you off. I don't think you can do that to trolls. They are too big. But that wouldn't stop me from trying and getting some payback. Oh, come on. Please. Give us the guy we need. It's something so simple, really. Zaugnak. Oh, thank God there he is. Not as big as I thought, but at least there he is. And you did Work Slayer of Azanulbizar. That also counts for the Work Pelts quest. That's awesome. So first of all, let us grab the quest. After encountering the mighty warg Zaugnak, you have claimed a trophy that may be of value to the Haban'akkâ of Thráin. As you inspect Zaugnak's head, you breathe a sigh of relief that the ferocious warg will never again slay one of your kin. Although his rider Cormac, son of Azog, was slain some time ago at Mount Gundabad, it seems the warg had pursued the Haban'akkâ of Thráin on their long journey to Azanulbizar. You decide to bring this trophy to Elgur, a skilled taxidermist of the Landorrim, that it might be preserved once the war is ended. Right, we have Work Slayer. We gotta defeat how many wargs? 80. Yeah, well, we'll get plenty of chances to fight wargs. Ithilgalad crafting components. Awesome. I didn't know these guys could also drop that, but he did. He did drop crafting components. There's not much we can do with them. Especially considering that, well, we're about to move on past Azanulbizar and past the level 130 cap, so those crafting components will stop being useful most likely as soon as we step into Gundabad, which is... it's gonna come sooner rather than later. But who knows? I mean, I've been saving a couple of those, and I'll need to double check what can we craft with those things. Because I think there was a scholar recipe worth pursuing. But I'm not 100% sure once again. Okay, so after we turn the quests for Vagnas and Saugnak, that'll mean we are only missing one more location for the Trophy Hunter quest. A location we have not come yet to, but we'll get to eventually. I'm so happy to see all the progress we're making on this trophy hunting endeavor, because, well, I told you before, last time it was almost impossible to get those guys. I mean, you had to get in a group, and that was not due to the fact, I mean, they were not hard enough to warrant a group. But you needed to get in a group so that you could get credit, because they would drop so fast. Erash? Here's the Namdan, right? Yeah.
We fight on, for we must.
Lord Nine suspected you would be here, Hermáth. I am certain our cousins from the Blue Mountains and those of the East have been grateful for your aid, but I come with orders from King Thráin himself. King Thráin and his vanguard made ready to set out, and we of the Iron Folk have been commanded to rally to Khurazan. There is no time to waste. Follow me. Ah, but you're gonna take me there? A swift travel to Khurazan? And I don't want to go there yet. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Stable Master, take me to Amdan. We still have a couple quests that we can turn in, that we can complete. And another one that we can advance. So we're gonna do all that we need to do here in Amdan. Then we're gonna go back to Bundushathur. Ashmargathal. Well, Bundushathur, Cloudy Head. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. And advance the Buried Promises questline. Sounds like a plan.
Hail!
What is this? Elgrin inspects the bow of Bagna's Rodstink. After seemingly coming to the same conclusion regarding the 32 notches along it, Elgrin nods solemnly. I see. I have heard much of the silent orc that has been slaying our king at Azanulbizar. It eases my mind that he shall trouble us no longer. You have my thanks, Hermáth. Alright, that's the first one. And so that wretched orc and his foul arrows would trouble us no longer. So glad.
Hail!
What have you brought me now, Hermáth? You hand Saugnak's head to Elgrin and he immediately recoils. Can it be, Hermáth? Saugnak is slain! This will make a fine trinket for Thráin. As Kavak's skull adorns his standard, so too shall Saugnak serve as a warning to Azog and his wretched kind. They got so happy about it. Okay. And so that great work's jaws would never again spill the blood of a dwarf. Yeah, Hermáth is another badass. Look at all the things he did on the war. On his own, basically. Okay, I brought you here the poisoned arrows. Now you're gonna have me tend to the poisoned dwarves, right?
We must work quickly if we are to save their lives.
Good, good. You have brought me many samples. We must work quickly if we are to save their lives.
I have inspected the samples you brought.
And it is as I suspected. Which is both good and very, very bad. Bad because left untreated every single one of these warriors will perish. Good because I know the antidote. It shall not be a pleasant task for you, but their lives hang in the balance. A moss grows in this valley, Asfortark, sometimes called Twistbeard. Bring me as much as you can find and do be quick about it. And the Twistbeard... yeah, it's around where we're headed next, so not gonna worry too much about it. No other quest that we can advance right now. Wait there. So, let us go back to Ashmargathal. Talk to Elskur. He is not there precisely, but he's so out of the way, any way you look at it. Oh yeah, I much rather tie up all loose ends before continuing the main story anyway. Let us go, and we'll be swift about it, I promise. Dismounting here. Really don't need to go any further, but there's yeah, that's the scout, right? So we're gonna ride really quick. Wouldn't make that much sense for Hermáth to be using instead of the Citadel Guard. And Hermáth being a dwarf, it would be more fitting, I think, if he were to use a goat or a boar. Boars were introduced with War of 3 Peaks, so there aren't as many of them, but you still have a couple options for boars. And my favorite boar is this here, the Faithful Thunder Boar. I basically like how the boar is wearing armor and how it fits also with the armor of the Faithful Gundabad armor, I think it is. But once again, I don't think I'm gonna be wearing that armor, but I'm gonna at least be using the boar, both during our time as Hermáth and when we enter Gundabad. Now, this boar, you might be able to listen to it now. This boar has a sound effect on its hooves, and a visual effect as well, of thunder. That's where the name comes from, basically. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that, because on my Warden, my other Warden, I used the boar a couple times, and I thought that was a cool effect. Didn't mind at all. But then I've been using that boar with my Dwarven champion, and for whatever reason, I thought the sound effect on my dwarf was so much more distracting that I had to filter it on my dwarf. And I'm not sure if I will need to do that on Beriathan, but so far it doesn't seem that bad.
She would have loved this view.
Alright, you're gonna attack me, little bear, so... You know it, I know it, let's get it out of the way. Ah, Hermáth. There you are. Listen, friend, I have a favor to ask of you. I have buried a necklace here for my wife. If something were to happen to me, would you dig it up and bring it to her? Tell her that I am sorry for the words I said when we parted. Of course, you say. Thank you, my friend. I should have given her the necklace before I left. She would have loved this view. Perhaps I shall return here with her one day, and this promise I ask of you will have been for naught. Tell Sargo I shall return shortly, will you? I think I will take in this view for a bit longer. Alright, so... remember that I told you that there is a quest that will have you come back to the present version of the Dimrill Dale. I think as a way for the devs to make sure that everybody got to see the revamped version of the Dimrill Dale after the update. Well, this is the quest. So this might be a little bit spoilery, but Elskur is not gonna come back. So on the present day, we as Beriathan will need to come here and dig out the necklace and give that, I don't think, to Sargo, or maybe we will, but well, basically we'll need to come here for the necklace and we'll find out what to do with it when that time comes. That, however, is still ways off. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later. Gotta run, I don't know if you can hear, but the baby just woke up, so gotta take care of that, and I'll see you on the next one.